Good morning. How are you? I'm so honored that you are showing up for yourself. So this video is to focus on just a little bit of an overview on the savers. So the first thing I wanted to highlight as I was going through my notes is that chances are, if this is your first time, or maybe you've done this before, but it's been a while since you really honored your miracle morning, you're going to probably go through 3 phases. And the first phase is going to happen around the first day to the 10th day. And this is where it might feel unbearable. You might feel like you're losing an hour of sleep. You're sneaking in just a little bit more relaxation late at night, maybe some phone surfing. I really want to encourage you guys to set an alarm for your phones at night and really work on honoring them. Typically, when I'm not in building mode, I like to shut off my social media and my phone by 9:30. It helps my brain kind of put on the brakes. So this is really, the first 10 days is where you're going to come up against a mind over matter. And this is where you need to really remember the things that pull you, right? Why are you showing up for the miracle morning? What's waking you up? Just like the first day of vacation, it's like, oh, you miraculously couldn't sleep in, because you're free and on holiday. So we got to find something that pulls you during these 10 days to keep you focused in that. So just know that you're not the only one. The second phase you'll probably go through is day 11 to day 20. This is where things are uncomfortable. It might seem a little easier. You might feel like your body's really starting to shift. You're just naturally able to go to sleep. You're drinking a little bit more water every day, which is helping at the cellular level. This is the pivotal time frame where you do not want to break up with your miracle morning. And this is typically the first phase that you want to sabotage yourself. So really find a little bit more, dig deep, and stick with us. This is the time that you're really shifting everything. The third phase is around day 21 to 28. And this is where you might feel really unstoppable. This is where you really start to find your sweet spot, find your rhythm. One thing I really like to encourage people is, if you don't feel unstoppable right now, let's look and reevaluate what time you're waking up. Just an example, when I started this, I followed his wake up at 7 a.m. and it was okay. I felt okay. And I was like, but it wasn't quite the sweet spot for me. So I started waking up at 6, and that seemed like I regressed. And I was like, what is going on? And so somebody was like, no, wake up at 5 a.m. I don't even remember what it was from. I started doing 5 a.m. and that was my sweet spot. So if you're hitting day 21 and something's just off, you might feel like everything's aligning. It might be the time of day you're waking up. But this is when you're really creating cellular change. This is where you're really going to start to appreciate the first 21 days of dedication that you committed to yourself. You guys, this is where you're going to start building trust with yourself. When you show up for yourself, you build trust in yourself. And when you build trust in yourself is when others are going to start trusting you to guide them through their oil journey as well. So this is where you're going to really identify and adapt the new habit of the miracle morning. So let's go over the savers. So the savers are the pivotal steps on this miracle morning. And how hell invites you to break it down is to do 10 minutes in each category. So the categories are silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scribing. And I want to talk about silence real quick, because silence can be very different. This is very individual practice. Silence could be just working on your breath work, is where I'm going to invite you to begin. And really, I'll do another video on breath work, but really focus on taking 3 deep, like count to 3 when you take an inhale, hold it, and count to 3 as you exhale. Try to let all the grocery list, all the to-do things, all the things that keep coming into your mind, just kind of push them aside and really connect with your breath. This can be a challenging place to start, but you've got it. This is something that will help decrease stress and anxiety and improve the way we start to connect with our body and our brains. You can focus on breath during this time. You can focus on prayer. You can focus on meditation, gratitude journaling. If there's nothing else, just focus on everything that you're grateful for. All of these are perfect for silence. The whole point of it is to really help you calm your central nervous system. Stress is the number one thing that takes people out of the game in multi-level marketing. They lose focus and their business slips because something got stressful. So this whole practice is to prep you and build your foundation, so when a bumpy road hits, you are able to navigate that with the tools inside you. And there's apps, guided meditation apps. I'll link up some things. Headspace is one. Calm app is another. The one that I'm really focusing on right now is doTERRA's adaptive app. So it's brand new, but it's biofeedback, voice recognition that's meant to support our mental health. So that's going to be the one that I'm personally diving into. And the more I get comfortable with it, the more I'll share with that. So just know that you guys can try that one as well. So the next part are affirmations. And you might be thinking, what are affirmations? The one thing that I found to be the biggest problem with affirmations is that lying doesn't work. When we lie to ourselves, it doesn't work. If I were to say, I'm a millionaire, we're not a millionaire. So it feels like I'm lying to myself and it's breaking down trust. You know, to say I'm a money magnet, it doesn't actually generate money. And so the thing about affirmations, when they need to be in alignment with action. And that's the bridge that we want to build, so you guys start to get your desired results. So, you know, the number one thing is you can state something in an extraordinary way in order to get the results, but why, right? So with that action, you could say, I am 100% committed to going from $1,000 a month to $4,000 a month in order to change our money situation so we are not affected, you know, by a hiccup or by a medical bill or an emergency dental bill that we might need. The other thing that we're going to encourage you to do, you have to write things down. So journaling and scribing is in there, and I will have journal prompts every day. And it's all about really, you know, the affirmations come with really the plan. So it's kind of, you know, when it comes to the savers, I would prefer you do 1 minute on each category versus 10 minutes on silence, skip affirmation, skip visualization, and work out for an hour. It's more about doing all of them in rhythmic. So the thing about the affirmation is we'll begin to build. I will have examples for you that you're more than willing to, you know, please take those and use those. If you feel pulled, if you feel that you're not ready to write your own, we'll get there. And you want to recite those every morning. The cool thing about the adaptive app with the voice recognition is it has you record those in that app. You guys, this app literally was the most brilliant timing release. And the thing about your affirmations is you have to be aware that they're going to continually evolve and you must adapt with them. So I'm going to give you one of the things that I write down before I come to you guys, before I go to mentor, is one of my affirmations. I leave every person I speak to better than I found them, because I genuinely care about what is happening in their lives, and I'm not afraid to give them an honest compliment, whether they become a client or not. You know, give me a yes or no. They are glad they spoke to me. And so that is something that I put out to serve at a higher level versus being bound by only serving people that I feel like I'm making an income for. That was super important in my business. So you will get there, and I will help you kind of navigate some of those. So when it comes to visualization, you guys are going to be prompted to have a visualization of things that you create in the future. You know, it's kind of like we can create so much in our mind's eye, and we have to match what our dreams are. And so that's the visualization aspect. The exercise is going to be very up to you. I will post some yoga examples that I adore. I will post, or suggest some high intensity workouts. I suggest starting gentle though. And this could be as simple as standing up and bending down to touch your toes, and then standing up again to extend your arms up and reach for the sky. We are all at different physical mobilities. And so just know that is enough. And then it comes to reading. We're going to dive into the Miracle Morning book. If you don't have it quite yet, that's okay. Watching that introduction video, it wasn't my favorite video. I will look for another one. It's just, we're getting up and started, and that he gives a beautiful, rendition of his story, and talks about how impactful the Miracle Morning is. So when it comes to reading, reading for 10 minutes, because you're in the oil garden, I am going to ask, if you don't have the Miracle Morning, it to be one of our business development books. So if the other books that are going to be coming on the list are going to be The Big Leap, and I love the book Essentialism. And those are two that I think are just so important for a new business builder. And then the last part is the scribe. So you're journaling. This is where you can choose to print off the form. That's just a very basic form that I have, or you can just create and write the savers into your journal, and I will give you journal prompts for the day. And so just for an example, the first week really is discovering your avatar, because really getting to know yourself is going to help qualify you and build your confidence of what life has qualified you for. And that's going to be the first step in figuring out your story and sharing your journey of how you got introduced to oils, how they changed your life, and why you're here. And, there's such conviction and powerful truth in discovering your avatar, because your avatar, your ideal client, is you. No one knows you better than you. And so that's why we're going to start there this week. So I'm so honored you're here. When you guys have questions, connect in Voxer. We're all in this together. We can change and pivot day by day if we need to.